Good evening, good evening. This is Marie Holiday, and today is Saturday, January the 16th, 2021. And I hope everybody had a fabulous day today. Before we get started, I just want to remind everyone to make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification button. And I also want to let the audience know that I'm now at 75 subscribers strong. I got one new subscriber today, and I want to thank all of my 75 subscribers for supporting my channel and subscribing to my channel. I have a channel goal to reach 100 subscribers by the end of January 2021. And I want to just remind everybody to also share my information and also become a part of my 100 subscriber milestone by the end of January 2021. And I really do want to thank everyone for blocking out time to review my videos. And I'm here to tell you that this channel is nothing without my subscribers and supporters. So with that being said, let's get down to business. The focus of this lecture is going to be, are you addicted to alcohol or drugs? Are you addicted to alcohol or drugs? And when I say drugs, I'm talking about marijuana, cocaine, any drug. Are you addicted to alcohol or drugs? And I want to remind the audience that I specialize in treating people with alcoholism and drug addiction and gambling addiction. I'm a licensed clinical addiction specialist. I've been credentialed for over 20 years in 3 different states. So I'm going to present this information. I'm going to give 6 indicators. I'm going to do this in 2 different lectures because this is a very important topic, and I'm going to do it in a part 1 and I'm going to do it in a part 2. Pay attention. I'm going to introduce 6 indicators from a clinical standpoint of alcoholism or drug addiction. I'm going to present 6 indicators on this lecture of alcohol or a person who's addicted to alcohol or drugs. But before I even get into that, because I may have people in the audience who is getting high right now as they listening to this, who are maybe addicted to alcohol or drugs, my thing is, the person already knows that they got a problem. I'm here to tell you. You ain't even got to listen to this. If you listen to this and you addicted to alcohol or drugs, I'm here to tell you, inside of that person, they already know the answer. But sometimes it helps to hear it from an ejected person. So I'm going to break this down in everyday language. So pay attention. Indicator number 1. The person or the user is taking the substance, rather is alcohol or drugs, in larger amounts or for longer than intended. So they may have started out with if it's alcohol or beer or whiskey, they may have started out getting a buzz of a 6 pint. Now it's going to progress to 2 or 3 6 pints, or a case, or a pint, or a little bit of drug use. Now it's going to progress to higher amounts. So the user is taking the substance in larger amounts or for longer than intended. And what I mean by for longer than intended, say for example, I'm going to just use this as an example. A person may tell themselves, I'm only going to just stop by the bar and have a couple of drinks, or I'm only going to just drink a couple of beers or use a small amount of drugs. But what occurs is once they start it, they cannot stop. That 1 or 2 drinks or that little bit of drug use now has escalated into 5 or 6 drinks or $200 or $300 worth of drug use. So the user is taking the substance in larger amounts or for longer than what is intended. That's indicator number 1. Indicator number 2. The user is wanting to cut down or stop using the substance. And when I say substance, that's interchangeable with the alcohol or the drugs or any kind of drug, whatever the drug of choice that the person is using. So number 2, the user is wanting to cut down or stop using the substance, but they are not able to sustain the change. They may tell themselves, they may recognize that use is out of control. So they may tell themselves, instead of using 3 or 4 days a week, I'm gonna try to cut it down to 1 or 2 days a week. Or instead of drinking every day, I'm gonna try to cut it down to 2 or 3 days a week. But the problem is they cannot sustain the change. That's a strong indication of addiction. Indicator number 3. The user is spending a lot of time. They are spending a lot of time on recovery from use of the substance. They are spending a lot of time getting, using, or recovering from the substance. And what I mean by getting, they're investing a lot of time and effort in getting the drug of choice or the alcohol of choice. They're investing a lot of time in using, if they even got a job by now, don't think they're working at 8 or 10 hours without sneaking in the restroom and using. They're watching the clock. So they're spending a lot of time getting, using, or recovering from the use of the substance. So if use is out of control and if they still got their job, it's going to become very difficult to get up in the morning to be to work on time. Rather, they got to be to work at 7 o'clock, at 8 o'clock, or work first shift, a second shift. So as the addiction escalates, the user is going to spend a lot of time getting, using, or recovering from the use of the substance. That's indicator number 3. Indicator number 4. Cravings and urges to use the substance becomes more pronounced. Cravings and urges to use the substance become more pronounced and severe. They're going to begin to have more cravings, more urges for their alcohol of choice, of their substance of choice. Rather, it's the beer, the liquor, the wine, the marijuana, the cocaine, the crack cocaine. The cravings and urges now are going to intensify as the addiction progresses. And I'm here to tell you. Indicator number 5. As the person's disease of addiction progresses, when we're taking a look at indicator number 5, now the user is not managing to do what they should be doing at work, home, or school because of the substance. They're no longer able to manage these tasks, to manage getting the essential functions of their job done on the job, being able to manage duties at home, being able to manage duties at school in terms of coursework. So it's becoming more and more difficult for the user to manage duties at work, home, or school because of the substance use. The disease of addiction has progressed and it's becoming more difficult to keep up with what needs to be done on the job, school, or at home. Indicator number 6. The user will continue to use even when it causes problems in their relationship, problems at home, problems at school. They're going to continue to use even though problems are beginning to occur. Rather it's arguments, rather it's financial problems, rather it's DWIs, rather it's getting fired from the job. They're going to continue to use even when the alcohol or drug use causes problems in their life. And I'm here to tell you. So, Rural, I just introduced in part 1 6 indicators that a person has an alcohol or drug related problem. Number 1, real quick, the user is using more and more of the alcohol or drugs, and they're also using longer than what was intended. They may have said, I'm going to stop to the bar for a little while, but that little while turns into hours. Number 2, the user is wanting to cut down or stop using the substance, but cannot sustain in terms of cutting down. Number 3, the user is spending a lot of time getting, using, or recovering from the use of the substance. Indicator number 4, the user now is going to begin to have intense cravings and urges to continue to use the alcohol or drug of choice. And I mean like powerful cravings and powerful urges to the point they cannot stop themselves. Indicator number 5, not managing to do what you should at work, home, or school because of the substance. And indicator number 6, continue to use even when it causes multiple problems in your life. Ladies and gentlemen, I just introduced 6 indicators of alcoholism or drug addiction, and I'm here to tell you, inside the person already know rather not they got a problem. And you know, and what in my business and what I do, unfortunately, you know, because of everything that was going on last year with the COVID-19 and people losing their jobs and their home and in everything that they work hard for, unfortunately, in my business, because of that has pushed many people relapse, that pushed them deeper into their addiction. The treatment programs have filled up. I'm in the trenches. I'm seeing it going on every day. And I'm here to tell you, but there's still help out there. There's a whole lot of help out there. You know, if you got a problem with alcohol or drug addiction, you know, call those 1-800 numbers, get in treatment in order to make a behavior change and save your life. And I'm here to tell you. So please be on the lookout for Are You Addicted to Alcohol or Drugs Part 2 tomorrow. I'm going to introduce some more indicators of alcoholism or drug addiction Part 2 tomorrow. I'm going to also do some future uploads in regards to are you hiding your alcohol or drug addiction? A lot of times in early stages of addiction, the person is going to hide. They're going to do many things to conceal their alcohol or drug addiction. So I'm going to do an upload on just that topic. Are you hiding your alcohol or drug addiction from loved ones and significant others, the employers? And a lot of times, you know, people can conceal their addiction for years until they can no longer manage that deception. I'm going to do an upload on Are You Hiding Your Gambling Addiction? Because a lot of times when people are addicted to gambling, the severity, by the time the severity of the problem is surfaces, the mountain of debt that they accumulated is astronomical. And I'm here to tell you. And I'm going to do an upload on Do You Know How to Move in Silence? You know, we hear a lot of folks out there talking about moving in silence, but do you know how to move in silence? I'm going to also do a future upload on a traditional job or traditional career versus the gig society. Because, you know, this society seems to be glorifying the gig society. So I'm going to do an upload on traditional career versus the gig society. I'm also going to do a future upload on how I stay motivated 4 days out the week to stay focused on my workout routine Tuesday through Friday with my busy schedule. So I'm going to do an upload on that because it's a lot, you know, key thing is your health is everything. You know, you can have all the money in the world, but if you ain't got your health in God, you have nothing. I'm going to also do an upload, a caveat upload to what do you know about the public loan forgiveness program? You know, you got a lot of folks out there who got going to college, got degrees, and in default with their school debt. You don't have to be. So I'm going to do an upload on what do you know about the public loan forgiveness program. I'm going to do a caveat to that. And I'm also going to do a future upload on giving folks tips and strategies on how to itemize your business expense. So I'm excited in regards to the direction that this channel is going for 2021. And with that being said, that's all I have. Be on the lookout for Are You Addicted to Alcohol Part 1 or Part 2 tomorrow. And don't forget, please hit my subscribe button. Hit my notification button. Also want to let everybody know I'm getting a lot of specific comments on people asking me questions, or more specific questions about alcoholism and drug addiction, relapse prevention. I respond to all questions and comments. So if you have specific questions, send those comments to me, send those questions to me. I do respond. And with that being said, that's all I have for this evening. Simplify and have a great evening. See you all again next time.